Hello, young alchemists. Welcome to AquaAmore. Today we're going to be learning our first potion. So before we get started, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about our ingredients and what we're going to be working with today. First and foremost, we have our fresh spring water. Our main ingredient is the organic lemon. We'll be cutting our lemon into two different ways. We have our wedges and our circles. All right, this is for when we're squeezing. This is how we're able to maintain our ratios of what we're going to be utilizing. This is for the garnish. You know, we like to have a nice, beautiful looking drink at the end as well. We can't forget our organic maple syrup. That's replacing our sugar. Maple syrup, again, is going to be lower on the glycemic index. It's actually more alkaline than honey. It's an overall, just a better substitute for this cocktail, or should I say, mocktail. And last but not least, we've got our pink Himalayan salt, organic as well. Remember, we're working with all organics. We're not going to be sacrificing our ingredients, because the point of these potions, the point of these mocktails is to heal from within. These are to help heal us. We're taking something like a poisonous cocktail that has the alcohol in it. We're removing the alcohol. We're using fresh ingredients to create this wonderful beverage that's going to soothe our soul. I'm actually going to drop a little bit of some fun stuff with you guys as well. As far as our tools that we're going to need today, I'm using a protein shaker. That's what I have lying around. Again, we can use a mason jar and a cheesecloth, or if you've gone to your local supermarket or store, you can pick up a bar shaker as well. Something I haven't added in yet, but is really cool to have, is a wine aerator. This wine aerator is going to be something that helps restructure the flow of the water. That's if you're using distilled water. We have spring water. Water's meant to flow, right? We want a fluid state. So when water's going through our pipes or our tap water systems, it's hitting left angles at all times. It's just constantly under this stress. And in addition, our tap water is also going to have, you know, the toxins, the chemicals in it. So we want to work with either pure spring water, or we want to use distilled water that's been aerated to restructure it to be like a spring form. We've also got our ice. And then last but not least, we have the glass that's chosen for today, which is the Tom Collins glass. So to get started, we're gonna show you guys some techniques on cutting. Also, don't forget, as your bar tools, a good alchemist, a good bar alchemist will always have a wine key, as well as their blade. I like to use these type of blades because they have the covering on them, and when you wash them, they've got the space for the knife itself to dry. Another fun thing to have as an alchemist is a towel on your hip. Now, if you notice, I've got long hair. For those of you fellow alchemists that have long hair as well, you've probably got a scrunchie or two lying around. If not, you can go pick one up. You just take your scrunchie, you're gonna grab your little loop, and essentially just take it from here, and you're gonna pull through, and now you've got yourself space for your bar towel. So when you need it, it comes off. If you need to migrate it, and now you've got one on each side. And again, we're going to be using fruits and things, so you want to wash your hands beforehand. Want to make sure all your fruit's washed as well. I've already done this to prepare, but now you guys know a little fun technique on how to have a towel at your hip at all times when we're doing our alchemy. So let's get started. So first things first, I'm going to show you guys how to cut our lemons. So what we're going to do to prepare our lemons is, if you're going to be in a bar setting, we always cut the tips off. So you'll cut each side. Now you're going to take the lemon, you're going to cut down the center, leaving you with two halves. Now that you've gotten these halves, you'll cut that down the center again. Cut this down the center, now you're in quarters. And again, with a bar, we typically are gonna have 8 per lemon. So we're gonna cut down the center again, cut down the center again, center again, and center again. And the reason why we're doing this is we wanna be in a practice for how we play, right? Level 9 is getting us to that bartender status, so we're able to make these cocktails, or should I say mocktails, at a rapid rate. All right, and I'll show you guys how to get to that level once we get there. But we're all starting with our premise, which is our base of most of our mocktails or most of our potions, which is going to be the lemon. So now that we've got our lemon ready, if you want to cut your wheels, I'll show you guys how to do that as well. It's super simple with the wheel. Again, cut off your ends, and then just down the line, you're going to just cut your even wheels. And then in order to get the garnish ready, what you're going to want to do is essentially you'll pick any one of these lines, and you're going to just give it a nice little cut. which will allow you to have your glass ready and garnished. Okay, now before we begin, it's very important when we're doing alchemy to bless our water and to be in a conscious state of mind. We want to be in the present moment. When we're present, that's where our power is. That's where all of our wizard magic comes from. So if you guys go to your lesson right before this, you'll see that we have a special blessing for the water for this specific mocktail. And I'm going to do that blessing with us right now. O sacred waters, I honor you as the quintessence of life, the primal element from which all vitality springs. With deep gratitude, I infuse you with the essence of love and appreciation. May you, who cradle the seed of existence, be a conduit of boundless health and rejuvenation for all who partake in this golden citrus sunrise. Through this elixir, let us all be imbued with an ever-flowing wellspring of energy and clarity, enriching our bodies and spirits on this alchemical journey. Amen. So now that we've given our water the blessing, the water itself on a molecular structure is ready to be consumed and heal us from within. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to get our shaker. I like to have a shaker that has a top so that way we can sift out the seeds. We're going to grab some ice, throw a little bit in our shaker, and again, we're working with our 1 full lemon. So what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze each lemon into our shaker. And now, you know, a lot of people will think to just throw the lemon directly inside to the drink and just let it shake there, or they'll have it sitting in their mocktail or cocktail throughout the night. The reason why you do not want to do this is, in fact, all the goodness that we have lies here within the meat of the fruit. However, the pith, the white part underneath, is actually very bitter. So this part right here, underneath, when you're soaking that in your water, is actually going to create a bitter flavor within inside your mocktail. So we're going to avoid that by not even putting it in there. And in fact, we've gotten most of the juice out as well. We can recycle this, and I'll teach you guys how to alchemize your lemons in a further lesson. Again, when life hands you lemons, we make lemonade. So that lesson is about alchemy. When your life hands you lemons, it is not a negative thing. It's actually life handing you the seed of life. Lemons have seeds inside of them, correct? Correct. So when we have a 1 lemon and we're thinking we're down on our luck with just that 1 single lemon, when we open it up inside, there's a bounty of seeds. So when we have those seeds, we can now create new lemon trees. We've taken that lemon tree, we've planted it, now we've got an abundance of new lemons. Then from that 1 single lemon, we're turning it from a sour lemon into a beautiful mocktail, an elixir of life per se, something that's going to heal you from within. So now that we've gotten our lemon, we're using 1 full lemon, or if you're behind a bar and you have a bunch of wedges, you're just going to pick out 8 wedges. All right? And again, the purpose of our bar towel right here, so we can move on and we don't have to worry about the having sticky hands or whatnot. So now we're going to take our organic maple syrup, and remember, this is more to balance out the flavor. We're not using a full what's it called, a full serving. A serving here would be 2 tablespoons at 110 calories. We're not even using 1 tablespoon, which would be about 55 calories. We're getting even less than that. It's more like a splash. Again, now you're getting a little bit of calories in with it. It's also, again, a more alkaline beverage than if it was using a sugar, honey, or agave. All right, now that we've got that, a key factor to adding a little bit of minerals is just a hint of salt. So not much. We're just gonna do a little bit of, just enough. Because remember, this is the mocktail to replace the vodka lemonade. So now that we've got our base, we're going to be adding about 8 ounces of spring water. Again, it's nice to do it through the wine aerator to restructure it. Remember to stay in the moment, stay blessed, think about gratitude while you're pouring your water. And then from there, you're going to cap it. I probably poured a little bit more than 8 ounces, I'll be honest. I like my lemonade a little bit more on the lighter side, a light lemonade than a heavy. But again, I want you guys to try out your own different experiments with this. I want to see you trying what elixir or what mocktail works best for you, what potion. So we're gonna give it a nice bartender shake. Remember to smile. You're gonna shake it right over your head, come down if you had the top, and then we're basically gonna fill our glass with just some fresh ice. All right, we've got that there. We're gonna pour our lemonade right over it. We're gonna give it a nice garnish. Again, with gratitude, we're gonna drink our lemonade. And that, my young alchemists, is the Golden Citrus Sunrise. Thank you and enjoy.